guys, I'm Luke from DK Skate Shop, and today we're gonna learn the big spin. First thing you're gonna want to do is silence your phone. Alright, so first thing in a big spin, first of all you're gonna need to know how to do a shove it, as I just said, because that helps a lot. It's just basically an extremely exaggerated shove it, and you know, just obviously an extra 180 of the board, and your body does a 180 as well, instead of a shove it where your body just stays the same when you land. Okay, so you're gonna need to be confident about this trick, because you know you're gonna get it a lot of the times. You're going to like go in for your big spin and you're gonna flip it or whatever, and it's gonna come over and you're gonna put your foot down and it's gonna come and it's gonna like hit your ankles or your shins, and it's gonna hurt, but it's all worth it in the end because it's a sweet trick. So let's just get right into learning the trick. You're gonna want to get maybe, I'd say twice as much speed as you would get like, you know, minimum speed for a shove it. So you'd be moving in your big spin, and as I said, I'm goofy foot. Some people, if they're goofy foot, right foot's forward and they go forward with their right foot and just do the big spin. I enjoy, what's up? I enjoy like switching over to my left foot and then doing it that way. So that's how I'm going to be teaching you. It's really no different either way. So here I'm coming with my left foot up on the nose, and pretend that I'm going at like a fair speed so that I'll actually be able to do my big spin. And you're going to want to put your back foot in about the middle of the board so that when you're still, you are able to, you know, put pressure on the nose and obviously have the board go like that, go up. But you're also able to control the board really well with your other foot. So, usually for my big spins, I like my heel partially hanging off, so like that, just a little bit. And I like none of my toes off of my board because that's uncomfortable and you don't have any control without your toesies on the big spin. So basically you'll be coming up and you'll be going, and you can, for starters, some people like to start out like going in kind of like a nose manual type thing and just like turning their board for the first little while in a pivot type thing, and once it's about right here they actually just flick it and then you can pull off the big spin. Once you get like better at big spins and it becomes more natural, you'll be able to just like flick it from here and it'll go over. Hello everyone, I'm back, and as you can see we've changed places and I have another San Pellegrino. Alright guys, so as I was saying, comfortable. As I was saying before, I was explaining how you know, your foot placement and how you want your heel just a little bit off the board, because it helps with your toes and getting like more control in the actual flick of the board around. So as you're going into the trick, as you're actually starting the trick, a lot of people at first tend to go in like this, and then they like to go like nose manual type thing until about halfway, so like when you're right here, and they like to then at that point just flick it around and land. A lot of the time what people will do is they'll have, you know, the flip in and everything. So here's what people will do, or here's what it looks like. There's a bug on my board. Anyway, here's what it looks like. So you're gonna come up and then you got that and you just flick it like that. So your next step, or your next like hurdle through all this, is gonna be once you got the actual like you know, 360 of the board, next problem is going to be figuring out like how to keep the board under you and how to stay up to speed with the board so that you can actually land on it. And one tip that I can give you, and it's for some people pretty unavoidable, but one thing that I can say is when it's up in the air flipping, don't put your foot down, because if you put your foot down, then it's going to start like hitting your shins. It's going to feel good, and you're not going to land the trick, and very rarely does it look cool if you put your foot down. So that's one thing to consider. You just always want to stay in the air and just like stay confident that you're going to land on the board, and you will start landing on the board. But if you're not confident about the trick that you're doing, for any trick, you're not going to land it. So as you're going, it took me a while to learn that you actually are supposed to do a 180 with your body as well as a 360 with your board. So that's something that you shouldn't forget, because you know, if you're going from shove-its are just like a small little, sorry dude, shove-its are just like a little flick, and you don't need a 180 of your body. But the 180 of your body serves to keep you like up to speed with the board, so that the board's not just getting completely flicked away from you, and that you can kind of keep up with it and land on it. Because a lot of the time you'll start up here and land down here on the board. So here you go. So far we have heel slightly off the board, toes in, and you're gonna just do a little bit of a pivot and then flick it. And that's the thing, is that pretty much I've taught you everything you need to learn about the big spin. Except like all I can really say is that when you flick the board, just like when you do that 180 in the air, just make sure you're like mindful of where you're flicking the board and like where the board is, and pull your legs up. Don't let your legs get caught in the spinning of the board, or else obviously that's gonna mess up your trick. Hello, are you rolling?
Hey, how's it going?
Alright,
There is
a car coming, but we're gonna try to get as much done as we can in this couple of seconds. Common problems with, oh, is it turning? Yeah. Common problems with this trick are, you know, there are a lot of them. Anyway, so a lot of people will obviously not commit to their trick, and they're gonna put their foot down, or they're just gonna flick it and be like too afraid to get that jump up that you need. So you're gonna wanna like use your knees to jump up in your big spin, and they'd be too afraid to get that jump, and they're not going to. So they're not gonna get that jump up that they need, and they're just gonna like kinda, you know, their board's gonna just like hit the ground and stop spinning, and nothing turns out well. Other common problems with this trick is whatever, an over like pop. So they're gonna pop too far, and either, you know, you could have the immediate problem of it just stops and you just shoot forward. That's happened to me before. Or you could have the problem of you go like this and you pop it too much and then you flick it, but when you flick it, it just kind of gets caught in your foot and it just kind of like just goes straight back down. You're just like all awkward standing there. The last problem that I can actually just think of right off the top of my head in the now is that, listen to this, you need more speed than you think you're gonna need, like when you first start this trick. So people will go in with the speed of like a shove it. You can do a shove it this speed. You just go in like that. That's a shove it, like easy. But they're gonna go in at that speed, and you're gonna think like, oh, it's not hard, like you can just do a big spin, and you're gonna learn that you can only flick it so far on a big spin, because you need you don't need much vertical like stuff, whatever like that. You need more of that type of sauce on the big spin. So like, you need a lot of speed so that you can kind of keep momentum, because this move's all about momentum. And there's another car. It's awkward. All right. Okay. Yeah, so this trick's all about momentum. You need speed. You can work your way up. If you just keep trying big spins, you can go slow, like it's whatever. However you learn is perfectly fine. If you need to go at slow speeds and like screw it up for a little while, that's fine. That's what I did. I couldn't go fast immediately. But yeah, that's the last problem I can think of. You have to have speed. So here are some big spins for your enjoyment. Goodbye.